This is Spinnaker3 here with the Grandmaster Gauntlet Showcase, and today I'm going to be taking on the classic Vision with Void. Now, what makes this Vision tough is that he has Surging Vengeance, which means he will throw a special 3, and he will automatically knock you out the second he throws that special. And he also has Power Bond, which makes him 90% resistant to any Power Drain ability. That's why I won't be using a Power Drain with Void. So right off the bat, my goal here is to just get enough Petrifies on Vision to stop his power gain. That is the first step, right? Because Void can get 2 Petrifies up really easily, and as soon as 2 Petrifies are up, Vision Synthesis won't give him any power. And my goal here is to use the debuffs to drain down Vision. But as you can imagine, those debuffs don't do that much damage per tick relative to how much health this Vision has, which is around 700,000 health. So I'm going to want to hit him with basic hits at the very least a few times, right? So my goal is to play it very, very slowly. Because as soon as I have Fear of the Void up, because my Void is awakened, then all those Petrifies get combined into a Fear of the Void passive, and I can start stacking extra Petrifies on top of that, which will start reversing Vision's power gain and allowing me to hit him more times. Now, this is actually the strategy that I want to use for the Grandmaster Gauntlet. So this was a practice run, and it worked out pretty well, so I just wanted to make a video on it. But you notice right there, he triggered Synthesis, and he got no power gain. So right now, he is at his special 3, so I have to make sure that I don't push him to a special 3. So I'm going to have to play it a little bit safe here. But you see right now, I have 2 Petrifies and Fear of the Void, and his power shot down pretty far. So that's allowing me to continue this combo string. Now, this is how I planned to take this fight originally, and my expectation was that they would put a maximum SIG Vision on here. And they ended up putting a much lower SIG Vision, which means that when I reverse his power gain, I'm not actually reversing that much. So it actually made this fight go by a lot slower than I originally thought. But you notice that right now, the fight is very even. I have 85% health, Vision has 84, and I'm just playing the parry game. I had also brought along Guardian because I want to use Guardian for the Domino and the Apocalypse. And so I just thought it would be a good idea to have Guardian along. So the extra block proficiency here definitely helps. But you notice that times like this, it does get very frustrating when the Fear of the Void falls off and the Synthesis triggers when there are only 2 Petrifies, like it did right now, because that means his power isn't going down, which means I can't hit into him. So I have to still play this fight very slowly. So I'm going to start speeding it up now so that you can see it just go by a little faster. The whole fight in total will take 9 minutes. So like I said, it is definitely a slow fight, but because I really didn't, one, don't have a Doctor Doom ranked up, and 2, I didn't really have any other power controllers that I was really wanting to bring. So Void I thought would work pretty well, and I was right. Like, Void is able to get some basic hits in, he's able to completely lock down Vision Synthesis, which is one of the frustrating parts about fighting Vision for sure. And you notice that with the extra parry stun, I am doing extra debuff damage because that parry is a debuff. And when Fear of the Void is up, that's about like 1,067 damage happening per half second. So it's definitely a very good amount of damage being done. Now, you notice I do sometimes miss the parry because I'm trying to go for cheeky, I just parry. I don't want him to gain too much ground on me. So I try to not dash back and get the parry. I try to get it right off of the earlier parry expiring. So that does mean I sometimes take some block damage, which is quite damaging because in a fight like this, my health is so close to Vision's health that like any missed parry like I do right there automatically makes me start losing the battle because I start going to a lower health than him. And my goal, because we both started at 100, is to always have more health than Vision. Otherwise, that means it's not going too well. So here I get backed up, which is a little unfortunate because I need to start nailing the parries in the corner, which can sometimes get a little bit sketchy. Like right there, he threw a heavy instead of me getting the parry. But luckily, Vision does back off, and I do get part of the synthesis reversed. So it does end up helping speed the process along. So you notice right here, because of those blocked hits that I took without getting a parry, I am still losing the health battle. So it is definitely very sketchy. But honestly, even if I don't get him down fully, if as long as I can get him down to like 1 or 2%, that's gonna be easy enough for another champion to finish. That I can basically think of it as a solo, even though it's not. So right here, I throw in a heavy to just get more spacing because Vision is creeping up on me, and I don't want to give up too much space to him. And luckily, I get another double petrify, or sorry, quadruple petrify if you count Fear of the Void and synthesis triggers. Here, I got lucky and got double petrify as my first two debuffs, which when you're playing Void, it can sometimes be a little sketchy to get, but most of the time, this strategy does work out. I will say this was my first ever time taking this fight, and I still managed to get it done with, pretty good ease. I imagine if I go to this fight again, I would be able to do it a lot better just because that kind of experience of knowing sort of how the synthesis works, because I thought it would be max sig, is definitely going to help. Now, nearing the end of the fight, I just went back to normal speed just so I can show you guys how it ends. And right here, I just need to land the parry. And honestly, he's so close that a basic hit combo could probably finish it off, but I don't want to risk it because I'm so close. He's at 2%. I just need to hit him one more time. And right there, I miss the parry, take the full medium against the block. And it definitely sucked to end the fight like that, but that was so close. One basic hit combo would have finished him off. That I would consider that to almost be a solo because of how tricky this fight can get with Void. So I will say though, I would not recommend this strategy to someone who is faint of heart because it was incredibly stressful to manage all those parries and get the perfect timing on them, because a single miss parry can be devastating. It was honestly even more stressful than playing Quake, if I'm going to be honest. So I definitely wouldn't recommend this strategy if you are not very comfortable with Void. But if you are comfortable with Void, this can work, and Void can take on Sasquatch, Mojo, and Dragon Man, who are some of the very tough defenders in the Grandmaster's Gauntlet. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll catch you later.